Hello again, my friends, and welcome back to my Terraria playthrough, episode number 37. Today's episode is going to be centered around building our NPC houses and making neighborhoods that look a little bit better than prison cells that we have them living in now. Oh, look at that, an achievement. Well, anyway, if that video idea sounds good to you, feel free to leave a like, and remember to subscribe to the channel for more Terraria content coming at you in the near future. So that actually, interestingly enough, leads to my first thing that I was going to talk to you about. So I've been hard at work off camera, sectioning off the world and making sure that we're containing at least the surface. We'll definitely end up working on the underground later. But as of now, I'm just focused on making sure that the surface is nice. When we get to where we're going, I will show you what I mean. I think this is one too early, actually. So, for example, like this section above me is just like a forest now. We cleared up a bit of corruption or crimson from there. And up here, you guys can already see it, I actually made our surface mushroom biome because I wanted to get the truffle. Shiitake, the truffle. So I wanted to do this because I wanted this biome, of course, first and foremost, but I also wanted to test my building. So I came up with these mushroom buildings. I don't know if you guys like them, but I actually really like them. I think they came out really nice, but it made me realize that I need to put more effort into my other houses as well. So we're gonna be amping up all of our NPC houses. So now we can get the mushroom pylon, which I want to put right here. I made a little space for it. Oh, this is cool. I really like the way that this biome is looking. I love the colors. It is really dark, so I've put a lot of lamps around, at least the village area. But now we have a way to get further to the right of our world, which was a bit of an issue for us starting off. And so next, oh, sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. But I wanted to figure out which NPC houses to do next. Let's see. So I'm really liking this mushroom biome, and I want it to be themed to the area. I think the easiest one for me to do is going to end up being the snow biome. I think that this will end up being the easiest for me. Now our issue is I'm not a huge fan of this placement here because I think we could do a little bit better in terms of the way this looks. So what my thought is that I might clear out this area and flatten it a bit, or at least make it a little bit more presentable, and then we'll worry about building it. So I'll be right back. I'm going to knock down all of this and possibly even this little box that's floating over here, but I will be right back. Alright guys, we're back, and I cleared up and flattened this area out like I wanted to. I left the houses there just in case we need to teleport back. I wasn't sure if switching that out would change the way the pylon worked, so I just wanted to be rather safe than sorry. So my idea is to make two different house types in the snow. I would like to make one house that's kind of more igloo-like, and another house that's kind of like a cabin. So for that, we're gonna need boreal wood, and we're going to need tons of snow bricks, which we can get both of those without a problem. There's boreal wood all over the place here. If you guys can hear, we had an issue with the crimson spreading to our area here. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to clear that up as well. But now with our fresh, brand new contaminator, it actually won't be too much of an issue to get that cleared up. And so that's quite a bit of boreal wood. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. We're gonna head back over to our area and let's make a workbench. As we do, let's make a workbench. And let's see what we can make that could be cool for us. So I think I want to start with the mansion cabin type thing. And for that, we're going to need just boreal wood and boreal wood wall. Let's just get a bunch of those. I want this to be somewhat big, so let's get 200 of the boreal wall. I really should have looked into like how I can set this up to be really nice, but I didn't, and so we'll have to figure that out along the way. So I've noticed a few things when building the mushroom biome. I realized that putting more than one layer of the blocks really makes a difference when it comes to the quality of the build. And so I want to do that. I want this to go one higher here. It's going to be a pretty tall one. And it's going to, again, I think I went about here because I gave it one space. So I'm definitely not going to say that this will be perfect, because I'm sure it's still going to be not the greatest house you've ever seen. I am very much, I can promise you that. But I do think that we can make it nice enough. What we're going to do, get a door. Let's go ahead and put down the walls. Now this is definitely going to give it kind of a log cabin feel, just because of how these walls are set up. But what I would like to do is find some type of floor. I don't know which one would be good. Not a floor, sorry, some type of wall that can kind of outline this along the top and the sides. But it's really going to depend on what we have access to. A stone wall might not be too bad. Let's see what that looks like, actually. Since we have it here, we might as well look at it. So something like a stone wall across the top. That's not bad, but I think actually I would like it along the bottom more than I would like it along the top. Something like that. And we'll put this back up here. Something like that. I actually like the way that works. And then I'm thinking, so what we'll do first is let's make some lights. So instead of doing torches for this one, let's check out what a fireplace would look like. And of course we have a chimney as well. That can go right there. That's actually going to give us a little bit of smoke coming out of the top, which I think is amazing. With that, we're going to want to, let's grab some brick wall and line up the top of this here. We definitely want it to look like there is a fireplace actually indoors. Sorry penguins. Just like that, maybe? Oh, what I think we could do is actually, let's kind of offset it kind of like that. I've seen fireplaces look like that in real life. And then I'm going to grab a boreal candle, maybe? Something like this, a wood candle. And I'd like to put that up on top of here. We've got a wood table. And in this case, we're actually, for the first time ever in my series, we are going to do 2 chairs, not just 1 chair. We're going to put double chairs because this is going to be, I don't think it'll technically be a shared home, but I would like it to be somewhat of a shared home. Because this is going to be the home of our couple up here. The Goblin Tinker and the Mechanic. They're going to live down here together. We're actually going to need more brick wall. now that I think about it. Because what the plan is that they're gonna have the same house, but they're gonna occupy different rooms. So what I'd like to do here is maybe, if we're able to, so I've been learning about, because I've been doing that tunnel underneath, and I've had to use the hammer quite a bit, even when accidentally putting things or smacking things with my hammer. I noticed the different shapes that you can make. And what I would like to do is I would like to do something like this. The only problem is, I guess, with this is I don't know how the chimney will react. So let's see that first. Yeah, it's not a fan. It's not a fan of the half blocks here. But what we can do is change just this one to be a... Or, oh, there we go. Actually, we might be able to do... No, I think that's gonna look really bad. I haven't worked with the chimney yet. This is a new one. But I see that the chimney does not like that. It actually needs 3 full blocks, is what I would guess. So you guys need to be full blocks. Something like that might not look bad. I think that actually looks pretty nice. The half blocks kind of add to it a little bit. It gives it a little bit more depth going across the top there. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go back to the house real quick, because I'd like to find another wood type or wall type that we can use to accent the sides of the house. I'd like them to look somewhat like beams, which tells me it's going to be a wood type of wall. We could take planked wall to see, because planked walls might be what I use in the second area. Rich mahogany wall might be worth looking at as well. And then let's take living wood wall just to see. It could be nice. I don't want to rule anything out quite yet. So let's come over here. I actually would like to get a candelabra and put that on the table as well. So I'm thinking, let's try the rich mahogany wall first. So that looks much more log cabin-esque, but I don't think I like it in terms of the color of this building. I don't think I like that. So let's go ahead and change that again. It's all a matter of trial and error when it comes to this building here. How about the living wood walls? So I think this is what I was talking about. That's pretty much exactly what I wanted it to look like. I just wanted it to be nice and simple along the edges here. And I like that. I think that looks nice. Yeah, I think I'd prefer the boreal wood to be there. Perfect. So that's our little area here, and we're gonna give this to the mechanic and the cat. You guys are gonna move down here. Mechanic and Holly the cat. You guys can occupy here. And then along the back side is where I would like to kind of dig down a little bit, and I'll figure out how exactly I want this to look in the future. But I'm actually going to make a basement area as the Tinker's Workshop. It's the best way I could think of making it kind of work with 2 different building types. We're gonna have to find a way to turn some of that desert into a snow biome so that we can not have to worry about the biome changing on us. We're gonna have to take out a lot of that sand, I think. So what I think we'll do, let's go down one more block. I want it to be pretty decent sized. I would like it to have, we're gonna go with brick. It's well insulated. This will end up looking a bit like a prison. But that's just because it's his workshop. Oh, I might even make it a little bit bigger because I don't want it to be too claustrophobic in here. So you know how houses have the kind of hatch that comes down? That's pretty much what I want to do here. Is I want to make a hatch that comes down into a workshop area. Now, as long as it's nice, he will move down here as long as it has his requirements. But I would like it to be actually livable. Let's just use that. What this is going to require is we're going to need to dig this out here. Get rid of all of these walls. The walls is kind of what's taking me the longest whenever it comes to any of these builds. It feels like the pwn hammer is not very fast. But from what I saw on the wiki, it seems like I'm gonna be coming up on another one pretty soon here. We're gonna be getting a chlorophyte jackhammer, which seems to be pretty fast. That's kind of what we're planning to get after Plantera, of course. Okay, what I would like to do is close this up. And then what I'm thinking is, let's see, I kind of like that accent across the bottom, and I'm thinking about doing it here, but what I'm going to do instead is the planked wall. Because this kind of gives more of a workshop vibe to me, I think. Oh, in fact, I'm actually going to switch this around to where the planked wall is up on top and the brick wall is on the bottom, because it kind of looks like shelving, and I think it looking like shelving is kind of cool. It looks like something that maybe the tinker would hang some items on. Down here, this is perfect. We would also want, we're gonna do something like this, which I believe with the hammer can hammer these into a staircase. Oh, but that's not gonna work for us in terms of how we exit this house. So we may have to actually bring out the wall a little bit. Maybe come this way with it. And maybe have the opening here, which shouldn't be an issue. We'll put that there. We'll drop down here. I could probably still leave that wall there, actually. Oh, don't take the brick wall. The smart cursor is only smart sometimes, unfortunately. Brick wall. We're going to cover the rest of this area here. So that's still going to be a struggle. Oh, I know what we can do. What we'll do is we'll actually, instead of this, we'll get rid of this here and see if there's a way for us to, I would like these to connect somehow if possible. Oh yes, just like that. And if we drop it one more level, this should be perfect. So when you drop down the hatch, it'll be like a little drop, but I don't want it to be like you have to fall all the way into it, and we'll keep going until I figure out how high this needs to be, by the way. I do notice that. Okay, there we go. So a little bit of a drop down, but I think I like the way it looks for sure. Let's grab that brick, back up. I think, oh no, if we put that, it's still good. Perfect. And that block needs to be gone, so let's get rid of it. Let's grab the brick wall and close these up. I see like, there we go. I'm not a huge fan of how this looks here. I think it kind of looks a bit rough. But what I can fix that with is get rid of this brick here. I don't think it's actually necessary. The roof or the ceiling of this room can be it can just be the house, the floor of the house. I think that's fine. And so down here we're gonna have a workbench. So we're gonna take this boreal workbench over here, and we're gonna bring it downstairs, which it probably went into my void bag. My inventory is looking quite stacked at the moment. Here it is, the boreal workbench. From here we can make a chair that he will sit at he'll sit there at the workbench. We're going to spend a little bit. Easier to just come into this house. To buy another workshop, what we're gonna do is I just want it for decoration, really. The tinkers wouldn't be complete without a workshop, and we'll even put a furnace down here. We wanted to give off that he's using this as his actual workshop. Let's see. We want. Where is our? I don't see all of the candles. Do we need ice torches for that? Is that the trick? I think that might have been what it was. Here we go. So I want these lanterns. We're gonna put 2 down here, 1 here, 1 here. And then I don't know if he'll move in yet. I think we have to head back to the house. I need to get some lead. I believe some lead and some wood will make a trap door, and that's going to be the entrance into his area. So let's grab a couple of these. I don't quite know what this is. I think they're spiky balls. Yes. Let's see. So we want, what did I say we wanted? We want a trap door of some sort. Let's see. I don't know exactly what that looks like. Trapdoor. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at boreal beam. Oh, I wonder what that is. Oh, we didn't go check out the traveling merchant. That's not good. Knowing our luck, the traveling merchant probably had what we were looking for at this point. So where is the boreal beam? Boreal wood. There we go. I was like, there was way more than that there. A bathtub. Wooden beam. Oh, so it's not... Is it specifically a boreal beam, or is it just a wooden beam? Oh, here it is. Boreal beam. Let's take a few of these and see what it looks like, because I'd like to see if these are nice. We might use them. Let's go ahead and make our way to the snow. They haven't moved downstairs quite yet. We have the trap door, which we're going to put right there. So that means we need 1 there. So this will be kind of the way in. Can we give him this house? I hope we are able to. I'm worried about it being... Oh, yes, perfect. So let's see these beams. Boreal beam. Is it... Okay, it kind of is exactly what I was looking for over here, actually. Would these be better? Oh, I was hoping that they went sideways. I think I like the living wood a bit better. Can we hammer them to look different? Nope. Unfortunately not. Let's then get rid of that. And I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with how this came out. Hopefully they move over soon. But over here now is where we're going to end up building the igloo. So let's get the ruler out. So I have to make sure that they are 25 blocks apart, at least. This is 40. So let's see how close can we make it, because I'd like to put it here if I can. This seems like it'd be perfectly fine. Just here. So let's turn the ruler off. So it's going to be 2 igloos that are kind of close to each other. Let's make another workbench so we don't have to keep walking back and forth between the two. Because we want some snow bricks. And we're going to make a ton of snow bricks. I want to make maybe 500 of them, just because that seems like a good number. So 500 snow bricks, and we're going to lay these down as a foundation first. Snow bricks are being laid down. Mr. Penguin, please don't make me do something that we'll both regret. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you. Thank you. All right, so we have our snow brick placed down. In fact, I'm kind of thinking we may want to do where the igloos actually are. We might want to do like a boreal like that. So what I want to do is it's going to be somewhat flat to start with, just because we need it to be for the door. Penguin, please, sir. I don't want to have to do this. Thank you. As soon as I like switch to a weapon, they seem to always they always seem to move out of the way for me. Oh, come on. Okay. So we're going to start going up like this. And then across. And we have to keep track of how many steps we have. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's even. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so now what I want to do we want to make these? I feel like they look a little bit less igloo-ish if you make the edges like that. So I'm gonna actually stick to it this way. What we'll do, so I'm gonna give them double doors here. Well, actually, sorry, Mr. Penguin. We'll actually make the insides a bit more, I don't want to say rounded because it's more sloped, but just like that. Do we have snow brick wall? I don't think we do. So let's go ahead and toss this gray brick wall. Oh, it's going to end up back in our inventory anyway. Snow brick wall. We get 200 of that. I don't think we'll need more, but we'll have to figure out. Okay, this side worked a little bit better. I got, you see those two pieces poking up over on the other side. We don't want that. Obviously not. Okay, so there's one. I kind of actually, I think I like the way that that kind of peeks out there. Just like that. If I can get it even on every side. It seems like it shows a little bit of depth, which is always really nice. Okay, we can't hold those anymore, so let's go ahead and make these lanterns. I'm going to make 4 of them because I'm going to hang them 2 from the ceiling. Just like that. For both of these little huts. 2 from the ceiling. Okay, and then we're going to give them each a table right in the middle. Here we're going to give them double chairs on both of them because we've been in a giving mood today. You guys can have both of these houses. The penguins are kind of just making this their own place. It's kind of funny. And then last but not least, we're going to obviously make 4 doors. We had like just enough wood to do all of this, by the way, which I find pretty funny. Okay, so aren't those the fanciest igloos you've ever seen? So according to the guide that I've been following, there are 2 NPCs we want to move here. It's going to be the steampunker, and then eventually we're going to end up getting a cyborg, and he's going to also join us over here in this area. Last but not least, we've got one more thing to do here. Put the pylon down. We're able to travel to it. We're gonna tear this thing down, which means having to use the hammer again, unfortunately. Oh, if you guys didn't notice, my mining guy, I was getting tired of him not being able to fly, so I bought a jetpack for him. I wanted to kind of make it like realistic as to what a miner may use, and so I gave him a jetpack. I've also made him his own Spectre boots, and then I found this sun mask while I was digging the tunnel the first time, and so I decided to give him the sun mask. But anyways, I'm gonna end this episode here, so I guess this episode will just be focused on the snow village, which we have now made at least somewhat better, I would say. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. Subscribe if you'd like more Terraria content. And I've been your host, Bubbasaurus. And remember to always be on your Bubbasaurus best.